So, can a UK visa be denied because of debt? The answer's yes and no. Having outstanding debt doesn't mean that your visa application will be denied, but it can be a contributing factor to having it denied. However, it's important to note that these rules vary from country to country and also depend on the type of visa you're applying for. Other factors that can be used to reject a visa application include false documentation, a previously overstayed visit, and a criminal history. Now, let's talk about how debt can affect your immigration status. The only factor that can negatively impact your immigration status is a history of criminal offences. So, debt alone will not affect your immigration status, nor will it negatively impact a future immigration application. Of course, engaging in fraudulent activity to avoid paying debt could result in serious consequences in accordance with immigration laws. Now, what happens if you're in debt and still want to travel? Whether you're struggling with credit card debt or have unpaid loans, your tourist visa will most likely not be rejected because of it. As long as you're able to pay for your travel and stay during your trip, your visa should be approved. However, it's still important to keep in mind that poor financial stability can still be used as a reason for your visa to be denied, if the visa office decides to do so. If you took out a loan in the UK and then you travelled overseas, your debt still remains active back in the UK while you're away. So while you're away, your debt will continue to accrue fines and interest, and if you're away for more than 6 years, your debt could be written off. That's if it's statute barred. However, it's important to note that a written off debt can still have a negative impact on your credit report, worse than if you'd simply failed to pay the debt on time. It can cost creditors a lot of money to reach you to collect the debt if you're in another country, so it doesn't always happen. But just because you don't hear from them doesn't mean that you're off the hook. Your debt remains active for 6 years, and your creditors may try to reach you personally or through a law firm. You can't go to jail just because of debt, but if you engage in fraudulent activity to avoid paying debt, you could face jail time. You can't be stopped, detained, or arrested at the airport just for having outstanding debt. Being unable to pay your debt is not a crime. So can you get a US green card while in debt in the UK? In 2019, the US announced that financial status and information would be taken into consideration for immigration applications. So, US citizenship and immigration services, that's USCIS, may use your debt as a reason for denying your status change. It's wise to pay your debts before you leave the country, and if you're wondering what your options are, you may want to look into debt solutions. It's a good idea to find out all about them because there are pros and cons to them all. You'll also have to qualify for some of the options too. Some stop creditors chasing you, while others write off some of your debt and lower your monthly payments. Below this video, I've linked to a form on my new website, and it's got a few multiple choice questions like how much debt do you owe and how many people do you owe. At the end of the form, it'll connect you to a company that I've partnered with to provide you with all the information that you need about debt solutions that are available. So click the link below, go and check it out and let me know how you get on.